Hello, everybody. Good morning. This is Rita Hernandez live on air with Rita with Inspiration for Life Radio TV Web Network. We're broadcasting live here at the McDonald's at 8815 Poteet Jordanton Freeway. If you want to come out and join us, I'm very excited to be here. Thank you, Ashley, and the Nedstag locations for sponsoring our Live on Air with Rita show every single Thursday to the rest of the year. So Ashley's not going to be here today, as y'all can see. It's a nicer, quiet setting here. You know, we usually have the whole 3 tables booked and everything. So we're just very excited to be here this morning. But like I said, we'll miss you, Ashley, this morning. She will be back next week. And we have a lot of great surprises coming up. So, oh my goodness, I'm looking forward to all the great things that we'll be doing with the McDonald's locations.
Yes.
And I will share with my special guest, and I will be introducing her to you all in just a bit. I want to thank Regina once again. And I had a friend post the other day. It's like, oh, all these guests all of a sudden are coming through. I said, no, that's God coming through. That's God coming through. Yes, y'all have no idea. You know, this is divine appointment right here.
Amen.
And
Amen.
This is literally our first time meeting. But for some reason, every guest that I just meet for the first time, I feel like I've known you for a lifetime.
I agree.
You know, so
I agree.
It's one of those things that Veronica actually, Amato, invited me to a women's group on Facebook.
Okay.
So that kind of started the domino effect.
Got it.
And this was just not even 2 weeks ago. She invited me to be part of her group on Facebook. And there's just a whole bunch, an array of wonderful business women in there. So I'm just like, wow, pot of gold.
There you go.
You know? And then I was invited to another Baby Ernie, hello. I was invited to another group on Facebook, women's group, and I was like, pot of gold, you know?
Yes.
So it's like there's just an endless of women that want to come on and share their stories and all this stuff. So for me, I was just like, okay, but y'all know how it is when I have a guest and they'll be like, oh, I can't make it and so forth. So I'm just like, you know, last minute type of thing. But, you know, there's Regina that's like, I got you. Let me find somebody. And I just met her last week as well. I literally just met her. So all of this that's been happening, you know, a lot of the guests from before that, hey, you know, if you're available, you know, we try to schedule them out. As a matter of fact, we're going to get to her because she knows. She knows.
Yes.
She knows.
Yes.
I have them scheduled out, so I'm like, I don't want to pull her for next Tuesday to come in, you know, so forth. So when it comes to the scheduling and so forth, there's a pool of emergency people.
Yes.
There's a pool of emergency people that are ready to go. And I'm very, very thankful for that because, you know, we get to be blessed with amazing guests and, you know, share these amazing stories. But again, just letting everybody know, the listeners that are on Inspiration for Life radio station and those that are tuning in to Facebook Live, I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate you, how much I thank you for sticking with us and being a part of, you know, what we do through Inspiration for Life. Because Inspiration for Life is the mothership here. Right. And then Live on Air with Rita and all the other shows in between. Is what the ideas come from through everybody that's a part of the organization, because it's not just me, it's also my partners. You know, hey Rita, I want to partner with you. I want to do this with you. Let's create a show. Let's create this. Let's produce something or whatever. Whether it's somebody in ministry, whether it's somebody like, you know, like I said, Stephanie, those of you that know Stephanie, those of you like Regina, you know, and all these other women's organizations, we're like literally collaborating powerhouse mindset type of things, and I'm just like, woo, you know, God is showing up right now.
Isn't that amazing?
and it's just one of those things that's like, to think that it can seem overwhelming, but God knows how to to balance and
He
put
does.
everything
He absolutely
in
does.
perspective and say, Rita, I'm only going to give you what you can handle because you have that 4-year-old papacito named AJ. And everybody knows it's like, I will only do what I can handle.
Yes.
And it's like what God is putting in my plate that says this is what I can handle. You know, because I love helping everybody. I love people like Stephanie and Priscilla and Robin that are my core partnerships and branding and stuff like that. You know, because they know that they can be by my side and say, Rita, you know, because they
Bring it on in.
yeah. Well, not just that, because I'll say yes to everybody, and they'll be like, Rita,
Yes.
you can't handle that right now. I'm like, okay, you know. So I love the core people that are keeping me grounded, keeping me strong, and will to continue this journey of media and being out there. So I'm going to say it again every morning, because again, I have people on my Rita Hernandez page. I love that I'm able to cross post. If you're on my Rita Hernandez page, if you're on my Inspiration for Life page and the Bold and Beautiful and all those other ones, jump on over to Live on Air with Rita. Give it a like if you haven't followed or liked it, and then comment on there. Follow us, because that's where all the comments are going to be. I love that I'm able to cross post to my other pages, because those audiences get to see the greatness that we're going to have on today. So again, thank you, Regina. You get a heart. You get a heart for that, Regina.
Hey, Regina.
And with her business, Grunt's Grill, let us know where you're going to be at. I know she's going to be, I believe, in a hospital setting today, but y'all need to go check her out.
The food is amazing.
She's amazing.
Yes,
She's like I said, I just met her, and I love when people you can connect with in such a way that it's just a powerful
It's
thing.
genuine.
Yeah, it's just a powerful thing, and I'm very thankful to be able to join forces with a lot of these wonderful small businesses. You know, because even yesterday, prime example, yesterday after my morning show, I went over to Center of Advanced Wellness with my friend Mari that was on my show this past Tuesday, but I've known her since 2005. We were on the choir at Cornerstone Church back in the day. We kind of reunited all these years later, even though we had crossed paths in between, but we finally reunited on the show. I went to go visit with her yesterday. Regina was there with her food truck. I'm just like, what? And then I sat in. There was a mastermind networking event going on. I just showed up because I needed to use the conference room for another Zoom meeting, but I sat in to kind of say, oh, I wonder what it's all about. So I sat way in the back because they had already started and so forth, but they were going in the circle, so they went like this.
Including you.
Like, oh, ma'am, what's your name? You know, like, oh, hi, I'm here for the conference room, you know. But, you know, I let them know, again, the 15-second version, you know, I'm not going to say everything that I do because I do a lot. You know, I'll just like, hey, I'm here, and because they want to know what's your target audience and what are you looking for. I'm like, really, all of you. Just be a guest on my show.
That's exactly right.
That's all I literally said. And at the end of the thing, I just pulled out my QR code, and they're like, you know. So I said, you all are really my target audience. Everybody is who I'm looking for.
Right place
Every
at the right
single
time.
person
That's it.
has a story. Every single person has a vision. Every single person has a dream. Every single person is struggling. Every single person is going through something. And this is all a segue to our guests. So I'm just feeling it right now.
Yes.
All of this in life of why I do what I do, but also goes into like our guests and our people that we're working with. So it was a blessing to be there. Again, another divine appointment. I was not expecting, you know, getting everybody to come up to me. I literally just spoke for 15 seconds, and at the end, everybody, came up to me, and I just said, I didn't have any cards. I wasn't expecting that, so I was like, I have a QR code here, scan this, So I'm like, scan me. So that opportunity was very powerful for me to know that, when you present something that is to help others in a way, but also that's part of your business.
That's it.
Because we still got to put food on the table.
Still gotta
you know,
do
we
it.
still got to get the gas to get over here to do the show. She saw the setup. She
it's
knows.
true.
She knows.
Yeah.
You know, so all these amazing things that kind of line up for people to value your worth and what you're doing, and being here today. So shout out to all of those tuning in. Again, I can't thank you all enough because I love what I do. So I don't look at it as work.
Yeah.
Since I'm doing what I love,
And it shows.
Yeah,
It definitely shows.
You know, even through the like, where am I gonna sit this morning? Let me see. You know, let's make it a little tighter here this morning, so we don't have wires and won't be in anybody's way this morning, and still have our little sausage and egg and my morning cup of Coca-Cola. Y'all know how I roll over here at McDonald's. You know, so just very thankful. I was reading up a little bit about your ministry, and this was a couple of days ago when you were your information was sent to me from Regina.
Yes.
And I was going through your stuff, and you know, hey, we're chatting on Facebook. So for her to be here today, when hey, I found somebody for, I was like, I was already talking to her. We're already chatting. We're already, you know, going through the motions of planning to
That's
meet.
it.
Anyway,
That's
we
it.
were pretty much preparing for this day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I love that because it's, again, we would have had to we were scheduling a meeting to meet anyway.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I love that it's going to be this way. So I'm going to get to learn a little bit more about you here today. So again, y'all know my mind how it rolls. I'm just like, man, God is good. That's all I keep
really
saying.
is.
God is
He really
so
is.
good. God is so good. So you have a ministry.
Yes.
You have a podcast.
Yes.
You have, you have all these amazing things. So let's let everybody know a little bit about yourself, how you were inspired to do all the great things you're doing, and your ministry practice.
Okay. Well, first of all, I just want to say hello to everyone out there. Thank you for allowing me to be on your platform. This is definitely a platform of inspiration.
Thank you.
And so I definitely want to thank you. My name is Rosalind Ryder. I'm located in San Antonio, Texas, and we have a outreach ministry. We have a women's ministry with, we have an outreach ministry. I love you too, Regina. With our women's ministry encompasses over 300 ladies globally. We have a men's ministry. We also focus on aging out foster care kids, which is our core of our ministry. We typically deal with children 16 to 24 years old. However, we have focused on children younger as well as older. Sometimes we find that they're siblings. We work with the transition homes here local as much as we can. We have an upcoming event that's coming up. But just to give you a little background on how it began.
Yeah, when did you start?
You know, honestly, I tell people I think I was running. You know, I think God kept showing me things. I love women. I love inspiring women, encouraging women. You know, so many of us come from a place of hurt, mistrust, brokenness, and it's important for us as women, and I heard you kind of say that together. We got to stick together. We got to support each other, encourage each other. And so it was something that really kind of organically happened. I love to invite women to my home and just be able to come together and break bread, just really fellowship. And it just grew and grew. And then when I did my first, what was supposed to be my birthday party in the Smoky Mountains, Tennessee, back in 2019, I invited several ladies to come out. I paid for everything. It was my birthday. And I just wanted to say thank you. I am who I am today because of all of you ladies. And it grew. I thought it was going to be a one and done. And it continued. That's how the women's ministry just continued. So now we're in our 7th year. And I know it's God. And it just, like I said, it was just women that I knew, women that I meet. I meet women all over. No one's a stranger. Our Aging Out Foster Care.
Yes, thank you. I said INDM
Presents.
Yes, okay.
Thank you, Regina.
Thank you.
That is our page that we have on Facebook. And then from there, as far as the children, I am in the military. I've been in 26 years with the Air Force, and thank you. And I was working with the basic trainees, and they put me with the kids that were getting kicked out of the military.
Okay.
Now, just as a reference, over the 20 years, people have asked me what happens to the kids that get kicked out. I very arrogantly would respond, I don't know, that's not my lane. Well, God made it my lane. And when he made it my lane, it became very personal. I saw these kids that were hurting. Some of them were afraid to call home, tell their parents that they were getting kicked out. And I used to go home and cry. And so from there, I was responsible for creating programs to come up with something other than these kids just going back to nothing. I discovered a lot of the kids that we had recruited were homeless kids. So they were going back to what they had left. I was very fortunate to connect with Job Corps. And from there, we partnered with them, and we were able to start sending these kids, instead of sending them back to cardboard boxes, we were able to send them to Job Corps. Wow. And so when the job ended, I was emptiness. I was crying again. And people said, you do know that that's your ministry now. And so we literally birthed it and added that, as you know, when you talked about Inspiration for Life and all the different things that are attached to that, our Aging Out Foster Care program was birthed. And so now we work on kids primarily in the San Antonio-Dade County, but we work globally, helping kids meet them wherever they are. Some kids, they may want to go in the military. We can help them get there. Some want to go to Job Corps. We can help them. Some want to go to college. We can help them. Others need birth certificates. Some of them, we've taught several kids how to drive. Right here on 410, y'all park your cars. We're out there teaching kids how to drive on Loop 410. Just want to let you know.
Y'all have that sign, student drivers?
No, we do not. We do not. So, but yeah, so it's so we're doing a lot in the community, and it's very rewarding. And then we have our annual event that's coming up that you know about, Goodies for Your Hoodies, which is scheduled for July 29th. So we're doing a lot of different things. Just like you, it feels like you're not doing anything until you hear it or someone says it, and then you're like, and you almost feel overwhelmed. All the things that God has given you the gifts to do.
Exactly, exactly. And it's just so funny because, like I said, I know I make that time for myself and for my family, and because I have a 4-year-old, I have a 28-year-old, a 19-year-old, and then a 4-year, and I'm 48.
And you look good, by the way. 4-year-old.
A 4-year-old, 48 years old.
Wow.
So every guy that just because I'm just meeting her, so she needs to know.
Yes.
Everybody already knows.
Oh my
she
goodness.
needs to know. So when I share that story with everybody, and it's just an understanding, because everybody knows my AJ's just so rambunctious, and he's so smart, and he loves to talk. But he's a mama's boy, so he's always like, mom, 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 mom. That's the song. It's the new hit song. It's the new hit song. So, and it's like, once I know I'm done with the show, or if I don't have a meeting right after, I'm done by a certain time.
Right.
I'm done by a certain time in my day. Because I have my 19-year-old, she stepped up and she's helping me.
Oh, very good.
So I want to make sure I want to go save her, you know. So I make sure to be done by a certain time so that I can go home, and then that's my time with my family.
Oh, very good.
And then it's just like prime example with Regina yesterday. I wanted to make the time to call her, but as soon as I'm done and I get home and I'm with my family, it's so hard, and all my friends know it's so hard to pick the phone and be on the phone, because he's like, who are you talking to? Who is that? What are y'all talking about? Can I come? You know, it's like every other word. So I either have to go hide in the restroom or hide, but he'll find me. So it's just really hard. And then even last night, he was up very late. He's like, he didn't want to go to bed early. So I told her, I said, you know what? I do apologize. I will call you in the morning, you know, on my way over here. Because like I said, if I say I'm going to do something, I really strive my best. Yeah. But I knew that time frame, you know, once 2 o'clock hits and I'm there with my family, you know, that's my family
That's
time.
your family
and then my
time.
husband gets home, make time for my family. And then my daughter's like, can we get out? Can I get out? Can we go do something? And I'm like, whatever. You know, so it's not always about me. Make that time for my husband, make time for my daughter, make time for AJ. So that's when we do everything as a family. So I have to mentally, you know, do those things. But of course, first and foremost, my faith, and my family, and then everything else in between. But I know prior to having AJ, I was literally free, but literally all over the place doing what I do.
And now this is bringing you in, which is really is kind of like a self-care in a sense.
Yeah, it is. It has to be.
Yes, I mean, because it forces you, not in a bad way, to say, okay, I have to shut down at this time. So not only, you're serving your family and taking care of everybody, but you're also, it's giving you an opportunity to be able to say no. You know, no, I'm not able to do that. This is what I need to get done. And so good for you.
And make time for work and make time, you know, because I can work from home.
Yes.
So there's just a lot of little blessings in between.
And you're doing it well.
I'm trying,
You're looking good.
I'm trying, girl. And I'll tell my friends, I need you. I need your help. You know, I can't. There's so much that I have done from the very beginning, but I've put so much on hold, and then I'll reach out and say, I can't do this unless I get help. Because before it was like I would do it, and it was for free for so many years, but I was struggling.
I know.
You know, I was struggling. And now it's like, okay, if I want to be able to put these programs or do any of these programs and help the communities and help these families, you know, we need to have funding coming in.
It takes a village.
You know, it does. It does. And I want to talk more about your IADM program. What is that all about? And
so,
talk about that.
So IADM is the name of our ministry. Okay. It's already done ministry. We present everything. We present. You mentioned about the podcast. We have a Tuesday podcast that airs at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And that focus is on women that are in business, ministry, outreach, and I say or because as you know, we multitask on a lot of areas. And so the IDM Presents is a way of creating a Facebook page to say these are all the things that we're doing, and just like you mentioned earlier, centrally located on, okay, what do they have going on? How can we figure out what they're doing? How can we support? How can we be a part of it? You know, how can we volunteer? So that's what that Facebook page is.
And where did that inspiration come to fruition?
It's funny because I have a production company.
Okay.
I do comedy plays. I saw your dinner and a comedy, by the way.
Oh, that's
that you were advertising.
That is my friend Olga. She owns the Haven Southtown, but then also my past co-host with the Rita and Calypso show that we just ended a couple of weeks ago. He's also a local comedian of San Antonio, so he has his.
So they got my attention, and so I do production. Okay. And so it kind of made me think, well, presents, that's what we do. We're presenting all of these things, and it just made sense. Yeah. So that's where the inspiration came from.
There you go. Because it's like you're able to put out pretty much anything.
That's it.
Yes.
It's just kind of an umbrella of all of the different things that we do. And we have so many talents, and often you don't really realize how many gifts that God has given us.
Exactly. Well, we're definitely going to reach out to you on that, because my friend Stephanie and I, it's Mi Familia at the Rim, they have been wanting me to put on a talent night at Mi Familia on Thursdays. So June 1st from 7 to 9:30 is going to be our first one. So I asked Miss Stephanie to help me out with these SA Talent Nights, and we're going to have musicians and poets and spoken word and a little bit of everything, and of course vendors and sponsors to help put this together. But we want to put those together to help showcase. We've been showcasing musician and talent on our radio station, from the very beginning. Since we're on 24/7, our station plays musicians with original music from San Antonio and around the world. So we're constantly getting music in every single day from people around the world to say, hey, can you play this for me? Hey, I have a song. But of course, I want to listen to it first. I got one it was all bumping goody music. I was like, oh yeah, no, we can't play that. So I was just like, going through all this and dealing with the talent. And then Miss Stephanie has the Texas Red Bulls, and she's always looking for national anthem singers and halftime performers. So we just kind of said, well, this is what we're looking for on a constant basis. The season starts, again for next year, or at the end of, I guess, this year, October. So we're constantly looking for talent. And we've always been showcasing talent for many years. So why not put it on a stage and bring this platform?
That's very smart. Now, I would like to do a plug real quick. My director of operations, who is prior military, just recently retired, was a request by name national anthem singer.
Oh, wow.
So I definitely got to make sure we do that introduction.
There you go.
She loves it. She travels all over. She's from the East Coast to the West Coast. People have retired and they requested specifically for her. And so we definitely have to make that introduction in case Stephanie's looking for someone to be able to sing for her.
Yes,
I'm sure she would love it.
And this, again, the opportunities through what we're doing in our platforms are endless, and and again, even if we're not looking for something and somebody else is having something, I want to be able to put these connections together.
The networking is that's what it's about.
That's what I know in my heart, that we have been called as somebody to bring these people together. So I tell you, if you're part of anything to do with Inspiration for Life, it's going to be about you. It's always going to be about what you're doing as well. So it's like a what do you call it? Like a pinwheel, when you spin the thing and it lands on
Rolodex. But that's going to take our age. Yes.
Oh my Rolodex.
Yes.
It's like you spin the wheel and it lands on you, and it's like, well, how can we help you? How can we serve you? How can we get you connected to all the other people that we're working with? And there she is. Hi, Stephanie. She heard her name. And so that's what we'll be doing coming up in June. And of course, we're going to have the Beauty Immunity Conferences. So we're going to need speakers and of course vendors. And that's going to be on June the 12th. It's going to be on Monday mornings from 10 to 3. So we want to make time to bring in and collaborate with those partnerships as well. And again, the things that we're trying to do, Stephanie, I just met her today, and she's a powerhouse. So just imagine being on stage and talking to all these other women, and knowing that that domino effect of the connections that are being made. Because somebody else out there listening, they're going to be so inspired by what you're doing. Let's go back again when you're talking about your event coming up in July.
Yes.
With that happening, who's going to participate or what help do you need for that event?
So we definitely need help. We need help with volunteers. We're looking for vendors. I think we're done with our food trucks.
Okay.
So
Regina will be there.
So she's actually going to come and visit this time, Regina, only because this is the first year that she has a commitment with her family out of town.
Okay.
But she's still going to come and support prior to her getting on the road, and I appreciate that, Regina.
Yes.
She knows a lot of people. There's that networking again, so she was able to connect us with a lot of people. But we're supposed to have roosters out there for the first time this year, and their food is, I've heard nothing but wonderful things. We have Funnel Cake Fanatics. It'll be out there. We have La La Land. She will be out there giving away snow cones and popcorn to all of the children. We do that every year.
Nice.
We're going to have Richie's Italian Ice will be out there, and then we have Jenny's Corn. They have the corn that she'll have. I don't know if that's the correct name. I know her name is Jenny, so forgive me if I didn't say it right. I'm trying to think, but we have a lot of food truck people that'll be out there. We have, I think it's MLB ponies and farms. So we are going to have ponies out there, alpacas out there, lots of animals. All that's free petting zoo for the kids.
Nice.
We really like to focus on everything being free for the young people.
Okay.
It is a family event. We're going to have stage out there, worship music. I have some surprises. I don't know if I should announce it, but it's
Don't whisper in my ear, girl. You whisper in my. Okay, yeah.
That's going to make a big difference.
Okay, yeah.
But we're going to have games out there.
We're claiming it, girl.
Yes, we are. Oversized Jenga, oversized Connect 4. It's a family event. Come out, have fun.
And it's going to be where again?
It's going to be at 6030 Padre Drive. Okay. That is at Mission County Park 2 in San Antonio.
That's right down the street.
Right down the street.
I love it. I grew up at that park.
You know, and it's a wonderful park. You know, if you drive by that park now, it looks like an ordinary park. When we get done, it looks like an amusement park out there. And this is our 3rd year doing it. So we're definitely building the momentum up, and it's just going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. We do want the children to come out prepared to run around and have fun. We bring in a Mac Fit. Every year they come out. There are some brothers that have a gymnasium, and they work out the kids.
Oh, wow.
They jump rope. They have them doing all kind of exercises. And it's just fun. It's a place where we have security out there with the San Antonio Police Department. Bexar County comes out, and police officers that are walking around smiling, loving the people, great atmosphere, and you can just let your kids run, and it's safe. It really
I love
is.
it, and it brings back memories because, like, with our organization, our grassroots, when we started off with the whole free fitness and, the activities for the kids. And my Jazzy, my 19-year-old, was 5 back then, so she was one of the youth that started off with all these programs that we did. And again, it's one that we had to put on hold. But I know one day, you know, just hearing you say this, it's like, man, missing those days of doing these programs.
I love it. Yeah, you know, I used to live in Killeen years ago, and what inspired me, which I think kind of put me to where we are now, is that for 8 years I threw block parties in our neighborhood, and it was very much like what you're talking about. It was a safe place where the kids could run around and just have fun, and the neighbors knew each other, and everybody was just about getting to know one another.
Yes.
So I'm definitely looking forward to it. One of the things, the name of the event is Goodies for Your Hoodies.
Okay.
And that's inspired by us providing goodies, and we're asking you as a community, as the public, to bring a brand new unused adult hoodie between the sizes of small and extra large, because these kids are bigger than us these days. You know? And what we do is between the transition homes, high schools, different places, we connect with teachers, principals, and we're able to provide those hoodies, because kids wear hoodies all year. And we wanted to figure out something, what can we give them that's tangible? And because of a lot of different situations that a lot of the children have been through, that's like a comfort blanket for them, almost like a security blanket, that hoodie. So they wear them all year, and they love them. So.
Yeah, even when it's hot.
Even when it's hot.
I feel like, girl, what you doing, my daughter?
Where you going?
With that hoodie.
Yeah,
like,
where are you going?
So
outside.
Hot.
Yes, they wear them. They wear them. They love them.
And you're, again, you sent me the flyer, so I will also be sharing that flyer with everybody coming up in July. Now, do you have anything coming up in between from that too?
No, we just finished our women's retreat, which is in March.
Yes,
we do that. Oh my gosh, we do that every third March of the year.
Okay.
I never disclose the location, but what we do is we have a location where all the ladies meet, and we have a bus company that we use here local, and everybody is bused about 2.5 hours from here, and it's a weekend where it's from Friday to Monday. So far, our ladies have been seniors in high school to 83 years young.
Wow.
It's a lot of representation of generations there. Yes, we are a faith-based organization. However, we meet you where you are. We're more about sisterhood. We want to just be able to love you. You know, the Word of God says love covers all.
Yes.
And so we're not going to choke you with the word. We want you to be able to see Jesus in the expression of how we gather together and we love one another. We cook our own food there.
There you go.
So we're all in the kitchen cooking. We're team building. It's a lot of fun, and ladies love it. There's ladies that just burst out crying in the middle of the weekend because they're so busy taking care of everybody else that for a moment they realize that it's just about them.
Yeah.
And it's almost overwhelming.
I've been to a retreat back in 2005, but I'm thinking, it was we were able to take the whole family. That's
what I'm working on. That is our goal.
Our whole family was able to go, because I remember even my husband's older boys went with us. I was like, that was very nice. So I remember there was a family picture that we took, and we were all there. I was like, what? We all went on this retreat. That was just really super
That is
cool.
ultimately our goal, because when family can worship together and grow together, that's ultimately what God wants, right?
Yes.
And so that is our goal, is working with our men who are not moving quite as fast as we are. It's okay, we're praying for our men. But yeah, I love that.
And you said every year in March.
Every year in March we do it. We're already taking registration for next year. The wonderful thing is that we have it where you cannot just go in and register. Every person who registers is required to talk to me.
Okay.
I like to talk to them and let them know what to expect.
Yeah.
You're not going to be in a room with someone you know. If you know someone that's there, you're going to be with someone that you don't know. I always pray before I set room assignments. And like I said, we've been doing this for 6 years, and every year the ladies say they know that their roommate was given by God.
Yeah.
And so it's wonderful, but you don't want, you can be friends somewhere else, but when you come there, you need to meet someone you don't know. Take you out the comfort zone. You have things
That's what
to talk
happened
about.
to me every day this past week.
There you go. There you
every
go.
day after meeting somebody
And
new for the very first time.
You have handled it well.
Oh my goodness!
Yes,
It's just been
that's
a
the
huge
gift that God
blessing.
has given you. You don't meet any strangers.
Yeah.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, I mean it's been. I can't even express, like, just meeting these women, and even like with Stephanie, she has her family and things that she has to take care of, and reaching out to her, it's like, hey, if you have an opportunity, come stop by. There's my ride or die crew. You know what I mean? But it's like everybody has their family things to take care
responsibilities,
of. But with them, I know I could at least ask and say, hey, I'm not just gonna go ask another friend that I've known and just like, hey, randomly, So there's my ride or die crew. I'm like, hey, what are you doing, girl?
And I have that crew.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to mention is that the Stephanies and the different ones that you have, what people don't understand is they see your face.
Yeah.
And, often people think, you got it all together, but they don't know those ride or dies. They don't know that
Stephanie knows.
Yeah, well, no, but Stephanie knows. But even for me, I get a lot of accolades, and I thank God for that. But I have to let them know, hey, I can't do this all by myself. I'm not an island.
Yeah.
I have a team of people that have got my back.
Yeah.
Like you said, you can call them and you can talk, and they hold you accountable. And sometimes when you want to say yes to people, and they're like, no, wheel it back in. No, we can't do that.
Yeah.
And you appreciate it.
Yeah. So
having
Stephanie, I was like, Stephanie, can you tell them no for
There
me?
you go, Stephanie. I got you, Stephanie. I got you.
Yeah, we need our ride or dies
Yes,
to get
we
us
do.
through that, and and that's what I'm saying with everything that you're doing, knowing that everything you were going to share today was just going to be a blessing, not just to everybody listening, but to me, because again, this is exactly you know, the people we love to work with,
Yes.
you know, everything that you're doing from your, you know, your podcast, having that invitation to plug your podcast on our radio station.
Absolutely.
You know, hey, let's take a time frame, let's get your show on there, you know, the different events that you're doing, you know, we can come out and broadcast live and be a part of your organization and sharing and showcasing what you're doing, and, you know, bringing Stephanie, she has her Red Wolves team, you know, make an appearance, and so there's a whole bunch of like things that once Stephanie and I sit down and I share with her, like, hey, I had this meeting with so-and-so, hey, I had this meeting with so-and-so, I had this meeting with so-and-so, you know, what do you think will work with this collaboration?
Exactly.
Because wherever I go, you know, Stephanie's a part of what I do, vice versa, so that we can expand not just ourselves, but expand all the other people that we're working with, you know. So she's like my powerhouse mindset when it comes to media, marketing, promotions, and events, along with like Priscilla and Robin and Brandy and so forth. So knowing what you're doing in, you know, in my district, District 3, you know, down the street from where I live, and it's like even more so, you know, even more so. So I know she's probably, her brain is probably racing as well, you know, thinking of all the things that we can do to collaborate and so forth. But for yourself, you know, I know you mentioned the board or directors. Talk about your team.
So I have a wonderful team. Our board members are amazing. We have a cross between bankers. We have a cross between military, prior military, retired military. Our team consists of, what I didn't mention is I'm a prior correctional officer. I did that for 24 years with the state of Texas. And so some of our leadership team are a part of the prison system still. And then some of them are military because I have that background as well.
Okay.
So we come from a large group of, I think it's 11 of us now that are on our team.
Okay.
All of them live in different areas of Texas and Louisiana. So when we have events, they come to town to be able to support it. Then our locals are a little bit more active, of course. But right now, all of our team, we have 2 men on our team, but the rest of them are all ladies. Okay. A lot of them are veteran-led, which I had mentioned to you. And they're just doing some phenomenal things, all age groups. And so very supportive. Very supportive team.
So how often do y'all have these, you know, special events that y'all do through your, so you have one coming up in July?
Yes.
Do you have anything else coming up?
Not between now and then, no. We did, last year we did with the Covenant House, we did a sleep out where we actually slept on the ground to see what it's like to walk in the shoes of a teenager who is homeless. So we did participate in that last year. We've talked to them about doing that again this year, which if that happens, it'll be closer to the end of the year, more around October.
Okay.
But our 2 major events, which is our women's retreat that we do, and then our Goodies for Your Hoodies, are our 2 major events, and that takes 6 months to really to plan for each one. You know? And those events, we try to make those pretty large within the community.
And I mean, just right off the bat, knowing, you know, the inspiration. Who is your true inspiration behind everything that you're doing right now? Bye.
So I have to tell you that.
Oh, thank you so much.
So I have to tell you that.
With Regina.
Right.
Yes. And who are y'all with? Y'all know Regina?
Oh yeah.
That's your daughter?
Right.
Oh, Regina, your parents are here. So she was tuning in earlier.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. So your parents are here, Regina.
What are
Thank
guys
you.
doing today?
Let them know who you are.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Good.
My name is Rosalind. I'm with It's Already Done Ministries. We help aging out foster care kids.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's okay. Actually, Regina did our event last year with the kids.
Really?
I've met the children, and yeah, they do our event every year.
Well, keep her in your prayers because they're trying
Oh,
very...
y'all put last year y'all put party over there.
That's us.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, we put over there last year.
Oh,
too.
amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Y'all have a blessed day.
Thank
We
you.
enjoy
Good
the
kid, yeah,
work
yeah.
because we done it.
Oh, yay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. God
Hello,
bless you.
Jane.
Have a nice Mother's Day.
You
Oh,
too.
thank you.
God
You
bless
too.
you. That's the sweetest thing. As they were sitting over there, I see we love our fans. They come, they know where we're gonna be, and then they come sit down and they're all watching the
that was
show.
really nice.
So Regina, your parents were here. Oh, they get a heart for that.
Yes, exactly.
See, those are the kind of things that bring joy to me to know that our fans are walking around, driving
I
around.
know.
Where are they
That
gonna
was-
be?
that
But
was
see,
really
a lot of
nice.
the times we don't know.
Yes.
We'll be like, there'll be somebody waiting in the corner, and they're over there listening to us,
Yes.
and then they'll leave and they'll message, "Hey, I was the one in the back." I'm like, "Come say
Yes.
hi,
Yes.
come say hi." And then Steph is, OMG foster kids. I'd love to get your tickets to your season games. I'd love to get you tickets to the season games for foster kids families.
okay.
So again, there's just so many opportunities that are going to be met through your connection. So I'm loving all of this. But wow, that was really super
It was
cool.
good.
But yeah, I know going through what we're talking about, your inspiration, like what really inspired you to be doing what you're doing today?
It's several. I think it's been kind of a progression because I've had people who said, "I've seen kids around you," and I've always said, "I don't do kids," and I laugh about it. Well, what I have found more now than ever is that God says you do kids, and kids see my heart and they connect to me. My inspiration has come from seeing the need. There's truly a need when I see kids. We have kids that are on the streets now that look our age, but we've had the opportunity to take them and get their, take them to the barber, get their hair cut, clean them up, and then there are 15-year-old kids that look like they're 30, 40 years old. So there's just a lot of kids that need a lot of love, and that is what God has called us to do.
Wow.
That is what He has called us to do. As you know, I mentioned I just got back from Africa, and kids, it's universal. Kids just want to be loved. And so for me, my inspiration is I came from a very good home, 2-parent home, but I had friends, their parents may have divorced, and so they gravitated to my parents. They still do. And I'm very fortunate. But every kid doesn't have that story. And so I'm a single mama, but I love children and I want to make a difference. And I'm a kid at heart. I'm an adventurer.
I think we all are.
I'm an adventurer. I jump out of planes and I love roller coasters. So I can get a group of kids and take them and go play miniature golf and get on the roller coasters and do all of that stuff that sometimes many of them have missed. They've missed that.
So you're inspiring me to bring back the Youth Ambassador Program. We have our youth media programs. So all these things and collaborations. My mind is just rolling of all the things that we've done in the past. From again when Jazzy was 5 years old. But going back to Madi, when I was at Cornerstone in 2005, doing the ministry programs and the outreach, again, the grassroots of everything that we've been doing started off with ministry, started off with these programs for the youth. And I remember going to Haven for Hope and Sam's Ministries, and I remember I have pictures of Jazzy. We're doing all these fitness programs with them, and flag football, and played some basketball, and athletic games with them, and just having fun with them. And it's just like,
and that's what we grew up.
Yeah.
And so the inspiration is to be able to bring that innocence back.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those kids, they don't even know what
They
that
don't.
is.
They don't.
And so if I can transform that park to an amusement area where everything there for the children is free, they can just run and go get a snow cone. They can run and do the bouncy house. They can run. I love it. And I tell people, if I'm excited about it, Everybody should be excited.
Exactly.
You know,
especially them snow cones.
and I'm gonna tell you something, La La Land. You want one of those snow cones. I mean, everything is just.
I'm gonna be thinking about them snow cones till July.
And we already know if you're in Texas, it's so hot. So you know, we try to make sure that we have things out there to cool you. To cool you off. Speaking of cool off, last year we brought out the outdoor air conditioned fans.
Okay.
We'll have those out there to cool people off. So we're doing everything we can to still enjoy the summer, but combat that heat as much as we can. Yeah.
Nice. Good morning, Armando. Thank you for tuning in. Just got jumped off my line here. But you know, again, everybody, just the fact that, you know, already knowing with our special guest this morning, she has an amazing ministry, and all the things that she does. I know we want to jump into also talking about your podcast. So let's get into, you said every Tuesday night?
Every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have a guest from all over the world.
Okay.
You know, I always like to focus on local ladies, of course, but fortunately with me being in the military, I've met so many ladies globally.
There you go.
And I've already spoken to you about being a guest.
Yes. I look forward to that.
Yes.
See, that was again prior to all of this being, you know, today's show. We were already, you know, communicating on Messenger. So this happened. I was like, where were you talking?
Yes.
This is so amazing. So it really meant a lot to me to know that you were the person.
I know. You know, and honestly, we couldn't have planned this.
Yeah.
You know,
No.
there's no way we could have planned it. It would not have come out this natural. I'd say organically, but it's.
I'm gonna be giggling all the drive home and be like, man, God
I'm
is
telling
good.
you, it really is. And but yeah, so we have ladies from all over. We interview them. It's a 30-minute segment.
Okay.
We've had some of the most wonderful ladies that I've had an opportunity to meet and talk with. Some of them are friends that I've known for years and years, while others I recently met, like us. But I always like to share how we met.
Yeah.
You know, and I get to talk to people offline, and they're like, you know, so many people, and I say, oh, I don't know that many people.
Yeah.
Well, we really do. We meet people, like you say, you don't meet any strangers. So, and then with the business that you went in and sat at the back of the room.
Yes.
Look at how all of those ladies you ended up connecting with, and that you couldn't have planned that. And that's kind of how it is with
I was
me.
trying to be like, I'm back here.
Exactly. So that's what happens with me as well. Is that it gives me an opportunity to interview the ladies. Again, it's all about them. I get to showcase whatever they're doing, whether it's business, ministry, outreach.
Yes.
And it's a 30-minute segment to be able to share and then give whatever content or connection, so that later on you're able to reach back to those people and support them in whatever that they're doing. And typically what I'm saying is that if they're on our platform, that their integrity is good, that there's someone that we're endorsing, that we would support, and we're asking our audience to support them as well.
Exactly. So how can they tune into your podcast? Where can they go to listen to it?
So they can go to my personal page, which is Rosalind Monique writer page, or they can go to the IEDM Presents. The funny thing is I had 2 pages and I tried to merge them. So if you go to the IEDM with I think it's 270 followers, is the one that you'll see that'll go live. Okay. And then typically, if they miss it, I'll share it on the other page. But you can always go to my page, or you can go to the IEDM Presents, and you can find this as well. My contact information, you're welcome to send me a message if you're interested in being a guest. I'd love to hear about what you're doing and how I can support and be able to increase the expansion of the people you already know, and introduce them to the people I know and help. So.
There you go. And I know earlier you were talking about your team. I don't know if we finished talking about that, with your board and so forth. Now with your team, what is it that y'all are looking for from the communities and what type of help did y'all need?
Oh, that's excellent. So I'll speak specifically about this upcoming event. We really need volunteers.
Okay.
The thing is that the event is going to happen no matter what.
Yeah.
The problem was we were running everywhere last year.
Yeah.
This year we're really, really hoping to get volunteers to be able to come out. I know that I have one of our team members, Vonda Cumminger, is over volunteers. You can contact me directly, or you can reach out to her on Facebook and message her privately. Her name is Vonda, Vunda. Cumminger is Comeger. But we definitely, like I said, we need volunteers for every area. If there are local artists out there that would like to perform,
Okay.
We're definitely interested in that. We're always looking for local talent. Again, this is a faith-based event, but we'd love to have you reach out. You can reach out to me directly. As I said before, you can go to my personal page, Rosalind Monique Writer page, and contact me. Or, of course, you can always contact you, and I know you'll redirect them back.
Yes.
But volunteers, I think, is what's huge. I have not confirmed a company that has bouncy houses.
Ooh, okay.
So if there's somebody out there that you have a company for bouncy houses, I'm interested. Or if there's anything out there that you think you would want to bring, I'm looking for a face painter.
Okay,
The
okay.
face painter I had is going out of town for the summer. So anything that you think that you may have
we
and you
got
want
the
to
resources.
yeah,
I'll make some calls.
yeah. So I'm definitely interested in anything to bring more activities for the family. I'm interested in it. We still are early enough, where we can still add some more people. So we're definitely looking for that. And then vendors. We're always looking for vendors. So if there's something that you want to bring out and solicit, our vendors are $50 for the space, 10 by 10. We can offer the canopy and the table for $100, but if you bring your own, it's $50.
Okay.
All of that funds is going toward the ministry, of course. And I think
Hello,
that's,
VIP. How are you, girl? Missed you.
and so those are some of the things. So, if you think about something and you think that it's, that you might decide, hey, well, maybe she might need this. Maybe this is something that we can use at the event. Reach out to me.
Yes.
I don't mind giving out my phone number. It's 210-446-8663. That is my direct line. Feel free to call me. Let me know that you saw us here on the show and that you're interested in being a vendor or bringing something. Ideally, it's for the community.
Yeah.
It's open to the public. It's free. There's no interest to get in, interest fee, unless you bring a hoodie.
Yeah, there you go.
And that's optional.
And again, being right down the street from my house, I know I will be there.
Yes,
I love it. So we already put it in the calendar.
Yes,
So and if you can, everybody, please share this broadcast, and then we'll share the podcast later on through our radio station. But if we can get this to as many people as we possibly can, so they can know about all the great things that are happening with this ministry, but also throughout San Antonio. That'll be so
I appreciate that. Our end goal is to have a transition home.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about all the time. If you go on our website, our YouTube channel, we have a piece of property that we're looking at. We're looking at some land. And that's what all of this does. It gives us that exposure so people know who we are and what we're doing. But we're not going to stop with the transition home and not do anything until then.
Yeah.
So we're going into the schools. If there's any teachers out there, it's really a lot of work. Last year I went from school to school to school to tell them about goodies for your hoodies. I also made flyers. Some of the teachers and the principals took the flyers and put them in with the report cards last year, so that it went home, with the parents. So if you're a school teacher, if you're in the school district, reach out to me. Maybe we can figure out how we can get the information to the school. I know they send out emails to parents. We can send the flyer digitally to them. The other thing I wanted to make sure I put emphasis on is that we're supposed to have a chili cook-off this year.
I was the judge of this one chili cook-off in the ooh, it's so cold. It was in January.
I'm telling you, I was surprised when we connected with the people. We said, "Do y'all do it during the summer?" And they said, "Absolutely."
Chili all year long.
Yeah, so we're supposed to have a chili cook-off there, which is our first year, and we're gonna have a car show.
Hi, Flora. How are you?
We're gonna have a car contest, motorcycle contest, and a slingshot contest. And we do bring slingshots out for the kids to ride in, and the adults. They give them free rides.
Yeah.
They're out there on Padre.
There you go.
So that's a lot of fun as well. So we have a lot of activities. It's so much going on.
There you go.
Yeah, it's really it's gonna be a wonderful event.
You definitely want to be there. I'm going to be there.
Yes, I'm so glad.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
And again, you know, I thank you for this opportunity for sharing your message. And speaking of message, what is your main message to the people of San Antonio about your organization?
My main message would be that our focus is definitely, as the scripture says, we focus on the widows and we focus on the children. You know, we are here to serve. That is what we do. We're a ministry that serves. We want to get our name out as much as possible. If you have a child that, for whatever reason, they need mentoring, they need help, maybe, you know, even as a parent, you're talking to them and it's just kind of not registering. We have found ourselves requested to speak to some of the kids, and we say exactly what y'all are saying, but for whatever reason they listen to us.
Yeah,
So
they don't want to be preached by their mama.
that's it. So we're available. You know, we're available to help some of the kids that need assistance driving. We're there to help. If you know that there's a young person out there that's struggling, we're here to help. We have services that can help them get into college. We have recruiters and different friends. We know enough about the military. If we have people that are interested in going into the military, we can help them. Job Corps, I'm connected with 10 Job Corps throughout the United States, and I can take them all the way through the whole process of getting them in Job Corps. Job Corps is an excellent program for kids who don't want to go to college, but they want to learn a vocation. And college is not for everyone. And so we've helped a lot of the children everywhere from Utah to Vermont, all over different states to be able to get. So yeah, our message is to let people know that yes, we are in outreach, that we're here to support, and we love partnering with other people out there and helping with whatever it is that you're doing.
Exactly.
Because it takes all of us. It takes a team to do
Sure
this.
does. It sure does. And contact information one more time, website, and your social media.
So my name is Rosalind Ryder. On Facebook, it's Rosalind Monique Ryder page. Ryder is just like a horseback rider, and page is like a page on the book. My direct number is 210-446-8663. Our website is www.iadministries.com, which is It's Already Done Ministries. There's Facebook pages, IADM Presents. You can reach out to me on social media. You can message me, you can call me. I will answer.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, Flora says this is wonderful. Thank you for all that you do for our families in our community. So
Yes, ma'am.
you get a heart for that, Flora.
Thank you.
Again, just all the amazing things happening. You know, words of encouragement from Rosalind here. Just it really, truly resonates to me as well, because it just brings back all the wonderful memories of everything you've done the past 18 years of community outreach, and you know, and still being able to be here today doing what I love. And you know, I know we still had to put a lot of our programs on hold, but you just make everything just seem so hopeful. And everything, for me, it's God's timing, not mine.
That's it.
I'm not going to be
That's
trying to
it.
do stuff like we talked about. If I can't, I'm going to put it on hold.
That's it.
But God's saying, I'm putting it on hold.
And I love it because he says not denied, just delayed.
Exactly.
And you want to wait on his time, because then it makes it look like what we're doing now. We make it look easy. It's a lot of work. But when you're walking in what he has called you to do, it gives off that it's very easy. Because I'm telling you, y'all, she's making it look really easy. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Ooh, yeah, I love it. I love it. Every minute up until 10 a.m. Hi, good morning. How are you?
Yes.
Yeah, so yeah, no, and again, to this day, I love it, and I thank you all for participating, being a part of the show, being a part of the broadcast, and always support McDonald's locations, the Ned Stagg locations. Of course, we're here at 8815 Poteet Jordanton Freeway. So, you know, and it's a nice one.
It really is
they're
nice.
all nice
Yeah.
McDonald's.
I haven't been here before, but
Yeah.
this is a really
This
nice
is a
one. I
nice
agree.
one. So come out and support them, and when you're at the counter, just say, yeah, I heard it on the Live on Air with Rita show. And I just want to give a couple of shout outs, of course, to Miss Ashley. We love you. Well, she'll be back next week. But on the May 25th, so not this coming Thursday, the following May 25th, we will be broadcasting live from the Ronald McDonald House. So that's going to be a wonderful opportunity for us to be broadcasting live there. So there's a lot of amazing things that we're going to be doing with McDonald's. Aside of our shows, we're taking it to another level of partnership. And July the 3rd, we will be decorating the Christmas trees there with them, because they do Christmas in July for the families, because a lot of them that are coming through for July, and then of course Christmas. And then on July the 13th, we have the Christmas in July there as well for the locations. So just with that, knowing that we participated with the Mi Familia business as well, the Haven Southtown, and McDonald's, and Chicas. I'll be there once a month, once a month on a Monday, and then various locations on Fridays. To be able to do these kind of things and continuing on, and expanding the sponsorship with other outreach things like this is what we do. This is how we roll, and I embrace all of this stuff. So being able to help you in your ministry right off the bat is going to be something truly amazing. So I love that we're going to be doing a lot of great things with the Ronald McDonald's House. So we donated tickets to them last season at Ronald McDonald's House. It's so beautiful in there. Yes,
It is beautiful.
Yes, yeah. So there's just a lot of amazing opportunities, again, throughout the programs that we're going to be doing. So if y'all stay tuned for that. That's going to be on the 25th. And then in July, we'll be broadcasting live when we're decorating the trees and celebrating their Christmas in July. We'll keep praying for you and all your success, and I look forward to being a guest on your show. Get that scheduled in there. And woo, oh my goodness.
You change seats.
Oh my goodness. That's like, I'm a hot seat today, so I'll be in yours, And then of course with your upcoming event, I look forward to continue to share the word for you, and hoping that we can get fill in some of those gaps. If you need, just continue to let me know. We can put it out there for you. And then let you know of other upcoming things that we're doing that we would love for you to participate in, and kind of vice versa, because anything that has to do with the youth and the children and families, that's something that it's the foundation of who we are from the very beginning till this day. So I love it. And again, everybody, I know we're going to end a little early today, because after this, I have another amazing meeting to go to. I'm going to see how that's going to work. I was asked to be a part of an Inspiring Women's book. So I'm going to sit there and see what that's going to be all about. I got the call yesterday, so I'm going to, just see what it's all about. And just truly continue to be that inspiration. But if I don't have that inspiration for myself or my family, and again, the true friends, that way I can continue to be an inspiration to those that are tuning in, and people such as yourself, because you inspire me. So
I appreciate
gotta keep that inspiration. Y'all deserve a McFlurry. Girl, I don't know. I'm still scared to eat a lot of things. I got food poisoning last week, so I am still scared to eat like certain foods. I'll be like, oh no, I'm gonna stay away from that. But it does sound really good.
Delicious.
Yeah, my son yesterday, I said maybe that's why he was having a heart. I said my husband gives him all the sweets right before. Gave me the banana split, but apparently they went and bought all these sprinkles, like the Kit Kat flavor and the Almond Joy flavor.
That sounds
There's
delicious.
sprinkles, and there's all these
I
type
didn't
of
even know they come in the sprinkles.
sprinkles. So he comes in the room, and it's like 8 something, and I'm like, what are you doing eating that? You're gonna go to bed in a little bit. But he took off like, oh, I'm out of here. I want to go eat my ice cream. Mom, I can't say anything.
Was that the 4-year-old?
Yes.
Oh,
so
yes.
and then here comes my husband behind him with the
Same
bowl.
thing.
I was like, what are y'all doing, guys? So it was like bananas, but I said, what is all that? He goes, oh, he poured all the different sprinkles on
That
there.
sounds so delicious.
So, oh my goodness. So yeah, I was like, man, that looks so good. But I was like, I'm just
Don't
gonna
mess.
stay away from all of that. And because it was anything after 7, 8 o'clock, I was like, don't be eating all that right now.
Yeah.
That's my husband. So I don't care. But anyway, we thank you all so much for tuning in. If you can, please continue to share the broadcast. Please don't forget to follow her pages. And if you can, go back and put those links on there so
I
people can
definitely
go
yes.
follow your pages as well. It'll be easier to find you and so forth. And then continue to support McDonald's NetStack locations. And then we'll be back next week with Miss Ashley. Tomorrow, I'm going to be at Amity Bank. So I'm going to be at their location. That's going to be my sponsored location tomorrow. I'll let y'all, I'll put all the information. So they're, I guess Laurie Lerma, she's one of the main ones that we're going to be working with. So she's going to be having her team as the special guest co-host, as we're going to be at their location. I was like, well, built-in guests.
Yeah,
built-in guests
really
from the bank.
nice,
So
yes.
that's going to be a very helpful show for tomorrow. So I look forward to that and sharing all that information with you all. And don't forget to go to Inspiration for Life Worldwide, live on air with Rita, and all my other pages. Give us all a like the pages and share. And of course, all of our other fellow friends that we work with. And also, don't forget, Miss Flora is having her upcoming event on May the 27th. It's going to be at Las Chiladas. If you can get with Miss Flora to get tickets, it's a fundraiser event to help with her medical bills that she's going to be getting. And I believe they put it out there what she's getting. It's like a stair lift for her. I know she's battling cancer right now. So if we can, I have the flyer as one of my cover for the events. I think that's the one you saw with the comedy show as well. So if y'all can, please go to my personal page, Rita Hernandez, and you'll see the flyers on there. And Miss Flora, if you can, post the flyer. Every show that I'm on, just post it on there.
And I can go in and share it on our pages as well.
Yes. And then of course the Haven Southtown, I believe their comedy show is going to be this Saturday evening as well, and they're one of my sponsors for Tuesday, so we always want to share that. And then also Mr. Cleto Rodriguez, my fellow co-host that was on the Rita Cleto show that we just ended, he has his every other Wednesday, so next Wednesday he should have a comedy show at Mi Familia.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
So y'all continue to support Mr. Cleto as well. And then Stephanie and I, we're having our June 1st. That's our first SA Talent Nights at Mi Familia from 7 to 9:30. And then June the 12th will be our first Beauty and Unity Conference at Brick at Blue Star. And June 10th, the Wake and Bake Market, also at Brick and Blue Star. A lot of great things coming up, everybody. So just go to my page. You'll see it all there.
And mark the calendar. Mark the calendar.
Mark the calendar. And again, it's just, if you can't make it, just spread the word.
And that's huge.
Yeah, if you can't make it, or just make that donation, to help Miss Flora. Say, hey, you know what? I'll buy the tickets, but I can't go. I'll bless somebody else, or just make a donation. And all the other events and markets. Hey, people love to go to markets on the weekends. People love conferences and hear other inspiring women. If you can't make any of those, just share, and let other people know the opportunities that are out there.
I agree.
All right, everybody. I thank you so much for tuning in. And since all the ones that know how we end the show, this is Rita Hernandez. Get inspired, be inspired, stay inspired, and ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. We're loving it. Bye.